What is up, Vape Trainers? This is VapeTrain coming at you from the VapeTrain Gaming channel. Thank you for tuning in again. So, are y'all ready to find out exactly what challenges the Twitter vote holds in store for us this time on the 5th episode of the You Choose series on space engineers? Stay tuned, we're about to find out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the votes are in. Grand total of 50 some odd percent wanted us to actually go and take over an asteroid. Now I'm going to show you all the prime way to do this even when you're just starting out. You really don't need that much, and we're going to go ahead and get to it. And I know I said last time that whenever I signed out, I was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and, work on the base. Try to get it a little bit more filled out. So last episode we caught this lovely ship here. Actually, you know what? Let's go get this unknown signal, shall we? I mean, it doesn't hurt to try to get free skins. I mean, they make me a little bit of pennies. Let's go. Go, 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 go. See if I can get there, maybe. Access the button and the inventory before it even hits the ground. Let's see. Now. Ooh, newspaper welder. What the hell is that? Alright, and there is this part. Better that. Alright, let's go home. Go ahead and leave. But yeah, so I went ahead and kind of started working on the base a little bit here. I got some more platforms going. A lot of this stuff is getting shot out by your own turrets if there's spiders that are spawning behind them. They still hit your own stuff. I think they stop hitting your stuff whenever they are fully constructed, but whenever it comes to doing the overall rafters look. So I went ahead and added a couple more small storage boxes. I have a few more auto build and repair units all getting put together. I've got more storage here as well. We've got a large storage container, and a lot of these are conveyor belts. The conveyor systems, because I really need for all this to be connected. I also have the assembler that I completed and a large refinery that I completed. Now these all are pretty expensive. They took a little foraging from the ship over here, because this thing has a lot of stuff in here, so I decided to start tearing it apart, taking advantage of it. So y'all want me to go take over an asteroid. Now, one of the best things about being where I'm at is you can kind of see stuff in between here and the planet if there are any asteroids. I could have swore I saw a few before when I was out flying about, and we will definitely have to take advantage of that. Let's go ahead and So basically, you don't even need a ship to get out there and take over an asteroid. My personal opinion and strategy whenever it comes to going and exploring asteroids with no ship, you need a power source, you need oxygen, and you need hydrogen. So one of the best things you can do is go in here into your production, and let's see, this doesn't have them, but the assembler does, but the assembler also doesn't have any access to that. Okay, so the normal assembler, the basic assembler, has the ability to make hydrogen bottles and oxygen bottles. That's the auto welder going to town. Let's go ahead and get rid of this stuff real quick. Let's see if I can get a couple of these made. Hopefully it'll have enough to do this stuff. I don't guarantee that it will. But we're going to make a couple of bottles and we'll be right back. Now, so I've been taking advantage of the actual the build and repair systems because they auto pick up. So I like to just pop up underneath my base and just mine out some stuff. Because if you watch as this goes, you could see lights shoot down. No? Yep, there you go. Alright, so you got these guys picking up the stone for you. That's really nice and all. But if you need specific resources, one of the things to think about is there are these little clumps of stuff. This is where This is where an asteroid hit, or a meteor hit, and each meteor, whenever it hits the ground, it has a chance to give resources. This one came with ice, I believe. Yeah, that's ice. I don't need ice. But if you need a specific resource, there are nuggets basically on the surface of a lot of the moons and planets and stuff like that. So this one's got iron, which will be great. Let's see. This one has silicon. Let's go ahead and hit that iron one, because I need iron and I need nickel and stuff like that for getting those bottles crafted. So I'm going to go run around, hit a couple of these nuggets, and get specific resources, and I will be right back. Alrighty, folks. So we went ahead and we made a bunch of bottles. We've got 10 of each. Kind of overkill. Luckily, with the whole inventory sorting script and the oxygen and hydrogen producers, they actually auto load and auto fill all the canisters and put it all into a specific cargo container. This one put it into one that it automatically named tools, ammo, and bottles, so all this is all sitting in here. So I need, basically what I like to do when I'm just going into the atmosphere, I like to carry 2 oxygen bottles, 1 oxygen bottle, 2 oxygen bottle, and 2 hydrogen. Basically, that has me set up for what I need. I'm going to take an enhanced drill with me so that I can detect what ore are on the asteroid. Now, one of the other things is not everybody thinks about doing this. You need to bring with you enough to make a solar panel, a block, and a passenger seat. Because that's one of the things you're going to run into, because you're going to be flying around, having all willy-nilly time, like getting between asteroids, but you're not going to have a way to recharge your suit. Now, the bottles will take care of your oxygen and your hydrogen, and if you're on a moon like I am right now, you're not going to really have to worry about running through too much hydrogen. Now, if you're on the Earth, 2 hydrogen bottles are definitely going to get you out of the atmosphere. And you can run up there and find whatever asteroids you want to find. So that's really the best way I can say to do this, and I'm going to go ahead and try to get that situated. I got to turn off all my build and repairs so that they don't go around trying to craft everything. But yeah, I'll be right back. So I really realized that I'm running especially short on a lot of components. So that large frigate over there is about to become nothing but salvage. So one of the other choices that I threw up in the Twitter vote was to make a NPC graveyard, and that was basically to take over every NPC that I saw as much as I could, and then park them all close by to the base and let the build and repairs rip them apart. Now, I'm definitely going to do like a video on how to do like salvage drones and stuff like that to just like tear apart ships and stuff that you've captured. But that's not going to be just yet. Make sure to leave in the comment section below if you're really interested in knowing how to do like a really good setup for salvage ships or salvage drones, because I'm definitely willing to do those tutorials. But I'm going to go ahead and set this bad boy up for decommission. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in here real quick. Now, I undid my top thruster here. I need to just go in here and fly this bad boy into, oh no. So first things first, on my build and repairs, I set pure white as being my my salvage color, basically my grind color. So I'm gonna go Control Shift P, or Control Shift and then the middle mouse button. So all this is now painted pure white. So we're gonna go up in here and we're gonna go park this right next to everything. As long as I park this thing within the range of my actual base here, it should be okay. So I'm gonna just kind of parallel park this thing. Well, not parallel park this thing, but park this thing as close as bloody possible to my current. No. watch out for your landing gears. Any amount of land that comes close to them, they will attach to. So we're going to get this super close right here. We're going to hit Control C and just have this connect itself to the ground. And we're done. Now I turned off the build and repair so that they could go ahead and like not use up the components that I was kind of trying to craft. But I'm going to go ahead and switch them all to grind only so that I can just salvage the living hell out of this thing. See, look at that. Super close to the base, super close parked. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pop into the control menu here, type in build and repair. We're going to select them all, and we're going to set them all to grind only, just for right now. And we're going to turn them on. And they are going to start going to town on everything that I painted pure white, which is pretty awesome. Like, I really like this system, the fact that it does this. I might actually, you know what, I might set it to grind before weld, because if I do grind before weld, it'll work on finishing all my other build and repair systems, as well as grinding this bad boy up. So grind before weld, and no, let's not worry about that. Grind color is still set to this. Pick current build color. Gotcha. So it should be set. It should be tearing things apart. And it's going to tear things apart, and then it's going to turn around and try to weld everything. So while this is being salvaged, you see the stuff falling off the back end of the ship over there. That's pretty awesome. This is also going to pick up all the items that fall out of the cargo containers. This is why I love this mod so much. It's so great. But yeah, it's going to start working on tearing everything apart. The guns and stuff are still going to be here. I'm also going to set up actual Gatling turrets instead of interior turrets on this platform, but we'll do that in a little bit. While I work on getting the components together for our trip to the closest asteroid, y'all just chill out. I'll be back. Alright guys, so as you can tell by this overwhelming, deafening sound of things being welded, I turn around and flip my build and repairs to weld before grind. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to focus on building this stuff now before they decide to start tearing stuff apart. Now make sure you max fill yourself over at the survival kit or over at your medical bay, which we haven't done those yet because they're kind of expensive and we don't have the materials for them right now. So we are going to look at our inventory. We've got 4 bottles, we've got 30 steel plates, computers, construction components, solar cells, girders, interior plates. Now if you hit G, you can go in here and you can say solar cell, it needs bulletproof glasses basically to get it all the way up to 100%. You don't really need it. You just need enough solar cells and everything else below to get it to function. That's all I needed to do, is to function so that I can actually have power to power my suit. So we've got all the components in there that we need to make that happen. A passenger seat, 20 construction components, 20 interior plates. I've got that in my inventory right now. And then enough to make a normal block, and that's 25. And I should have enough to do all of that right now. Yep. Alright, excellent. So, let's go ahead and hit the atmosphere here. Now, I know you're taking a risk going into space with all this stuff on you, but honestly, you're not losing that much. You're losing enough to make 1 solar cell, a passenger seat, and a block. Basically, you're trying to make it so you can attach your solar cell to a block and a passenger seat to the block so that you can recharge your energy while you get things working. So we're going to go ahead and fly into the atmosphere here and see if we can find an asteroid semi-close by. A lot of the times, sometimes they're like in between planets, sometimes they're outside of planet. I see an asteroid. Actually, I see multiple asteroids. There's one there and one over there. Well, those are planets, but let's go over to this asteroid right here. So when you're flying in space, one of the best things you can do is just go ahead and get up to max speed and then turn off your dampeners. And your inertia will carry you all the way to your destination. But make sure to keep an eye on your oxygen, your hydrogen, and your energy, because if you're going a really far distance, you don't want to run out of that and just completely die. So let's go over here to the first asteroid that I see, and let's go find out what it has on it. Now, if you have your upgraded miner tool, which I don't know if I put that to an additional bar. I did not. So let's go ahead and put that to an additional bar. Character tools, boosted miner. Let's go ahead and put that on number 2 here. So we are heading straight this direction. As you notice, we are flying 10 kilometers away from our home platform, and we're gonna get there soon. Now, as you get close enough, now since you are just a person in a suit, you can stop a lot faster. So once you get close enough, just go ahead and smash that Z button to turn your dampeners back on, and they will basically take care of the rest. They'll slow you down so you don't smash into it too hard. Now, as you can tell, I am in between a bunch of asteroids. There's a handful of them there, there's a handful of them here. We're gonna go straight towards the largest asteroid that I see here that is close enough to us. So in order to change your direction, turn on your dampeners, slow down, turn, get to max speed, turn your dampeners off. This conserves energy, hydrogen, not so much oxygen because you're still draining oxygen as you go. But you'll get there eventually. It takes a few minutes. You got to take into effect this game is really taking distance and everything into account. Don't fly too close to the alien planet, especially it's got heightened gravity. So as soon as you get caught in that gravity, well, you're kind of screwed. But even as being a player, if you've got enough hydrogen and everything, you can normally break out of its atmosphere pretty well. So let's go ahead and pop our dampeners on here and go straight towards this huge chunk of an asteroid here. Now, it's not exactly the type of asteroid I like to find. I like to find asteroids that are kind of like different shapes. This one just looks like a giant turd floating in space. I mean, that's not okay. But we're gonna go see what it has here. So it has its own little asteroids like close to it. Now, since I have the boosted drill, it actually allows you to see, what minerals are within a certain distance. I've got to look up what the distance is for all this stuff, like whenever it comes to your drill, because pretty sure the basic drill doesn't really show you anything, but your regular, like the next upgrade, will show you stuff. And let's see if I can see anything in here. And this all looks like stone to me. Let's see, double check signals. Okay, making sure the signals are on. Let's go explore around the outside of this asteroid. Ooh, there's a hole. Let's go into a hole. Rotate myself a little bit. So I am on an asteroid right now. Now what you need to do is, hopefully your energy is not already on the verge of running out. Luckily mine's only at 61, so I don't really have to worry about too much right now. Eventually your magnetic boots will hook onto stuff. So look around, and I'm pretty sure the sun is directly behind the alien moon right here. Which it's only kind of annoying because of the fact that I need to find out which direction the sun... I'm guessing the sun's going to come out on either side here, so a solar panel facing this direction would be perfectly fine. But we are working on trying to find minerals. This looks like this would have a bunch of iron in it. Alright, Mayday, we're not going to go after that yet. Now, the reason why the camera's wobbling so much is because you're running across a uneven surface that you're magnetically clinging to. So I'm not quite sure I like this asteroid. Like, this asteroid is huge and it probably has a bunch of resources in it. You know what? Let's go ahead and drill into it a little bit here. See? Now, since there's zero gravity, going and mining into something is probably not the best of ideas if you're just trying to crouch into it. because, you know, you're just going to lose your footing. And this seems like it's just a lot of stone. Huh. Yeah, a lot of stone. Alright, so let's see. What asteroid is close enough to... Actually, what is in this little ball? Nothing. Alright, I guess we'll go to the next biggest asteroid here. Need to find one that actually has some resources on it, and drilling into them and only finding stone is not the best of ideas. So let's go ahead and turn off my dampeners, go straight towards this asteroid. Let's find out what this one has. So a lot of the times the asteroid cores are iron, and then they've got like large sections of it that are just like kind of peppered with like uranium or silver or gold or, you know, nickel or silicon, basically any of the ingots or resources that you can normally get. They also have ice and stuff out here as well, which is very useful. Let's go ahead and get to this one here. Hopefully it'll have something on it that makes it worth my time. Go ahead and turn on the dampener so it slows me down. First off, let's check the little ball that's right here. And I guess let's explore the surface of this thing. Maybe it'll have some resources scattered in here somewhere.
Energy low.
Ooh, it looks like this little floating spot has nickel. Alright, well that has something. It doesn't really have anything to it though. That ain't cool, man. Why would you give me a crappy asteroid? Yeah, check along the edges here. It looks like I'm probably gonna have to stop moving around so much because I am about to run out of energy. So I need to take advantage of the fact that hopefully the sun will be coming out soon. Like, I don't fully expect it to. But let's go ahead and flip over here. Let's set up the whole thing here. One block, passenger seat, and a solar panel. Number 5. And let's not have it be that. Let's be the vibrant pink. And hit B to change to gravity align. No. Alright, so go ahead and just rotate this thing the way you want it to. Hopefully this thing will be... Well, we'll do the local grid here. Maybe it'll help out. Let's go ahead and do 7. Let's rotate this bad boy around. Alright, let's go ahead and assemble these real quick. I don't really need the actual block finish, but I do need the solar cell done. So focus on doing whatever little amount of energy you have left to get the solar cell done and the passenger seat. Passenger seat will just attach over here. Doesn't matter if it looks good as long as it's attached. All we can do is just hope that it gets enough power. There we go. We got power going on. Hell yeah. Even though you're literally just sitting on a block with a solar cell, just enough so that you can get power. I mean, all you can really hope for. Alright guys, so I'm gonna fly around to a bunch of other asteroids, basically doing the same thing. Placing the block and going ahead and building a little power source. Now the bottles that I have in my inventory, I mean, I've barely even gone through any of them. Like, that, normally they're more than enough to keep things going. But I'm gonna pop around. I need to find one that at least has iron and stuff on it. Silicon is great and all, but once again, it's just something I don't really drastically need because I get silicon, iron, and stuff like that from just breaking down stone. So I want to find one that's a little bit better. I'll be right back, alright? Alright guys, so night 2 of floating around in space trying to find, basically I'm looking for an asteroid that has maybe some iron and some uranium. That's all I want. But We're gonna go check these out, and I will pop on here as soon as I find one, because it might be a long process. So I decided I was just gonna go ahead and take over the iron one that's over here, but there is a space pirate thing floating around really close by, and I'm just gonna go find out what it is. A mining outpost. What? Hello. I am totally down with just taking you over, if that is the case. Holy shit. I hope I lucked out. Let's see. I bet I disassembled that camera over there, so I could use that to zoom in on this shit. But fuck it. I'll find a way in. NPC bases are normally pretty well hidden or defended, which I don't expect me to really not. I might just mine in. Oh. Depending on how large this is, I might just mine in from the bottom or something. Hostile miner. Wow. Alright. Floating turret that literally has nothing attached to it. Mining outpost, let's see. Oh. Well then. Alright, well I stored a lot of stuff on there. Let's try to take as much as I can to build a spawn point up there. Let's see. So, something really cool is they added a building planner in here, which I don't remember this ever being here. So, I am super stoked about it. It's cool. You basically, like, let's say, alright, so I want to build a survival kit, drag that to the building planner. And I want to build a basic assembler and a basic refinery. And basically, that's what I want to build, right? So I can go up to the access panel and hit my middle mouse button. And it tells me I don't have this stuff. So I have to go in here, go to production, and it has a building planner. So I just kind of tell it to build whatever it is we don't have. And it'll go to town doing it. And I think that's true with the basic assembler too. No. It's only the main assembler has this ability to go off the building plans. That's pretty freaking awesome. But I guess I'm just going to work on trying to get established up there, guys, and I'll be back. Well, that is some bad luck right there. I managed to rig up the light drone that I had and get it to provide power through merge blocks. And yeah, that was going really well. I was actually quite impressed with myself that I actually thought about doing that. Basically, I used a rotor, and I put a small head on it and put 2 small merge blocks on it. And yeah, it worked out really well. But yeah, now another drone flew in and decided that it was going to kamikaze itself directly into my other drone. So there goes that. Jesus. Well then. Have to do the other version of this. I can't even take any of this because that's too much. Basically, I'm going to use the rotor for a small head, and I'm going to place a hydrogen engine on it. I hate hydrogen engines because they eat through hydrogen so fast, but I'm going to do a small one so it doesn't eat through that much. That was disappointing because I actually really liked the fact that I actually did that. I was proud of myself for once. Alright, let's see. Retro engine. And then we're going to do the H2 generator. We're going to do a hydro engine on this small block. Bam. See, I don't have a power cell. Probably gonna die up here. I'm probably gonna give up on this in a minute. Not gonna fully give up, you know, it's just come back better prepared. I feel like that's one of my problems, is I didn't come in really as prepared as I normally would like to be. Disappointed in myself. We shall say, if I can get this up and functioning without having to go back to base. I'll be back. Alright guys, so it's been a very, very long night. But so I've got things kind of established. Let's go ahead and go over what the next questions over the on Twitter will be. So I've got all this stuff kind of set up. I've got to finish it up, which is being a pain. So 4 questions on the Twitter thing. 1, finish the asteroid base, start making drones, or finish the asteroid base and, you know, mine the asteroid for everything I can. 2, take over one of the goddamn space pirate things that keeps sending drones at me and use it to defend me. 3, go back to Titan and finish doing what I was doing down there. Or 4, you know, I gave y'all the option for whatever you wanted last time, and I got 0 response on that. So number 4 is NPC graveyard, because I feel like murdering some NPCs because the night was pretty, you know, awful. But y'all make sure to come back and see me again. Make sure to check me out on all the social medias: Twitter, Facebook. On that new the new Notify setup for social media thing. I'm all over the place. But y'all make sure to come back and see me again. I'll catch you next time. Peace.